I am a Jew, had not a Jew eyes, had not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions, fed with the same food, hurt with the same weapons, subjects to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same winter and summer. As Christian is, if you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? These lines are spoken by Shylock in Act 3rd, Scene 1 in The Merchant of Venice, written by Shakespeare. These lines questions anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism means hatred and prejudice against Jew in England. Through these lines, Shylock lays out the elements of humanity, universal brotherhood. He raises questions through the physical body. Even everyone has a similar sense, physical body, hands, eyes, senses, emotions. Then why the difference on the basis of religion, culture, history, gender? But it is mainly on the religion, the Jew, because these lines are about the popular conflict between the Jews and the Christian in England. So through these lines, William Shakespeare lays out the legal matter, the legal history, the process of executive, judiciary, and legislator in the society. It is a question on law and the lawyers in the society. It demands justice, equity, and fairness. So, dear friends, again, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Dr. Shoaib Ahmed, English Literature, UGC-NET, JRF. I am Shoaib Ahmed. Again, this is a very innovative lecture. This lecture is on literature on law or literature on constitution. Means कानूनी साहित्य और संवैधानिक साहित्य, वह साहित्य, वह अदब जो कानून और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पर लिखा जाता है उसको हम कानूनी साहित्य कहते हैं. So the literature on law, the term law has been derived from the old Norse word log, which means something laid or something fixed. So the law term is a plural of lag, which means order, regulation, ordinance. Kanun, law is the will of the state concerning conduct of those under its authority. This is the definition of law. किसी भी अथॉरिटी के द्वारा दिए हुए आदेश को हम कानून कहते हैं. We divide public law into three parts: constitutional law, criminal law, administrative law, and private law are about the private companies. And why do we need law? Law is required to bring equity, fairness, and justice in the society. So the texts that I have selected that lay out the themes based on law and constitutions. Number 1, Introduction to the Study of the Law of Constitution. This is a theoretical book by a British jurist and constitutional theorist A.V. Dicey, published in 1885. And second book is The Bleak House, written by Charles Dickens, published in 1853 in Victorian England. This book is about legal matter, legal history. It is about a long-running law of Court of Chancery, the Jarndyce and Jarndyce. It is written to reform the judiciary, the legal process, to reform the law in society. And the principal character is Esther Summerson. And the third novel is The Crime and Punishment, that published in 1867, written by Fyodor Dostoevsky. This is about the psychology of the criminal. It is a psychological study of crime and criminal. It's about law, lawyer in society. It's about guilt. It's about ethics. It's about morality. And it is a story of Raskolnikov. He was a former law student. And the next novel is The Trial by Franz Kafka, that published in 1925, and this novel was influenced by Crime and Punishment. It's a story of Joseph K, who was arrested without knowing any reason. So it's a question on law and order in society. It's about legal matters. It's about justice, crime, law and lawyer in society. And the last line of this novel is like a dog, as once UGC has asked the ending line or the last word in the Finnegan Wake, and that was the. The Finnegan Wake ends with the. The next novel is To Kill a Mockingbird, that is written by Harper Lee. She was an American writer, and this novel published in 1960. It is about the question of rape in society, racial discrimination, gender discrimination, social inequalities, injustice. It's a critical on law and order and lawyer in society. And the next book is The Devil's Advocate, that is written by Ian Morley and published in 2015. This is a theoretical book on law, and it is about courtroom. It suggests how to become a perfect lawyer or how to perform in a very effective and sound way in the court. It's a guide for lawyer. If you are an advocate, then please read it. And the next novel is The Verdict, that is written by Barry Reed, published in 1980. It's about courtroom. It's about a cynical lawyer, Frank Galvin. And the next novel is The Legal Limit by Martin Clark. It explores the concept of justice, law, and orders. The next novel is Inside the Criminal Mind, that published in 2014. It is written by Stanton E. Samnau. She's an American psychologist. This novel explores the psychology of criminal, psychology of the violence. It's about the violence in the video game, television, cinema, media. It's about internet crime. It's about genetic and biological crimes that is happening in society. It's about terrorism. So it's a psychological study of the criminal and his mind. Inside the Criminal Mind, must read book. Only title Talking of Justice, published in 2014 by an Indian writer, Leela Seth, the mother of Vikram Seth. It's about gender inequalities, question of rape, gang rape, women's education, women's separation, subjugation, patriarchy, domestic violence, and dignity. And the next book is Anatomy of Murder by Robert Treverne. And the last book that you should know, only title, that is Color of Law by Martin Gimnes. So, silence, court is in session. All the best.